Hi, my name's Alexandra and this is my story.
Good. That's easy.
Favourite day of the week? Friday. My nickname when I was younger was Miss Muffet. Every language or talking to animals? I think talking to animals. Hello, my name's Alexandra and this is my story. I lost my dad when I was 8 years old and I therefore spent a lot of time with my grandparents and my grandma, she actually took me along to church, and my mum was retraining to be a midwife, so yeah, my grandparents sort of brought me up really. I suffered really deeply with a lot of anxiety and depression as a young child. But when I was 10, 11 years old, I met my best friend Naomi, and she invited me along to youth groups, and it was so much fun and I loved the people there. I was invited along to a Matt Redman concert, and I just remember at the end of this concert there was a calling to come up to the front if you want to become a believer of Jesus. And before I even really thought about it, my legs were going up to the front and I was saying this prayer with this lady about thanking Jesus for what he did on the cross for me and forgiving my sins. And I was given these leaflets and booklets to go home with, and I started going to church with my best friend Naomi. And I was there for a year or two and enjoyed it and hanging out with all the friends, but I just started finding it a bit boring, and I just wanted to, I guess as a typical 13, 14-year-old teenager, see what else there was in life, and did lots of dating and had a painful time with that. When I was about 15, 16 years old, I got back in touch with Naomi and I was back going to church again, and I loved it. I just really felt like I'd come home again, and there was so much support at that church for me. There were some more painful situations that had happened along the journey. I lost my granddad when I was 18, I lost my grandma when I was 23, and another big life circumstance was I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I just started a new business, and this was also at the age of 23. This for me, I guess, was quite a big deal, because you start to think, God, why has this happened? And actually what I realised is that God was so there for me through all of this, and I was so pleased that I'd gone back to church. I had a support network and resources that I wouldn't have had if I wasn't a Christian and I wasn't a part of this church family. Since then, and I look back on all the painful times in life, I realised that God has been so good to me. I met my husband when I was 10 and I didn't even realise it. My grandma, of course, had brought me along to church, and that was the start of my journey. We already had an amazing stepdad when my dad had passed away, and that was just God's provision. And I am on a journey of my mental health just being totally restored. I have gone through so many bouts of anxiety and depression, but God has been so good to me. And most of all, like I say, he just gave me so many best friends, and just knowing his love and his peace, and that actually he is really faithful. And what I've realised is that just because we're a Christian doesn't mean bad things don't happen to us, but rather there's a God out there, my Father in heaven, who loves me, who provided me with friends and family and love and support. And that is why I'm a Christian, is because life is so much better with God than it is without. I'm Alexandra and this is my story.